So welcome back from your break. Thank you for joining us again. The next paper we're having today is being presented by Mr. Chan, Uplifting the Safety of Aged Lives in Hong Kong. Mr. Chan is a senior electrical engineer and mechanical engineer of the EMSD, Government of Hong Kong HKSAR, and responsible for the enforcement of lift and escalator ordinance in Hong Kong. He's an experienced engineer on engineering projects, as well as regulating electrical and mechanical safety. Mr. Chan is a chartered electrical engineer in the Engineering Council of the United Kingdom and a member of the Institution of Mechanical Engineers. Welcome, Mr. Chan. Thank you very much for coming to present to us. We look forward to hearing what you have to say to us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is C.W. Chan from the Electrical and Mechanical Service Department of Hong Kong SAO Government. In short term, is EMSD. This is my pleasure to have this opportunity to share with you all that how we, as a regulator, uplift the safety of aged lives in Hong Kong. This is what we will go through in today's sharing. First, I will talk about the lift safety in Hong Kong. Secondly, the step up the maintenance works for aged lives. And then this is my then the big project is Lift Modernization Subsidy Scheme. And then after that, we will talk about the facilitation, promotion of lift modernization. And finally is the conclusion and the way forward. Let me talk about the background of Hong Kong's lift industry. Hong Kong is just a tiny place in the world, about 1,100 kilometers square of land, about 3/4 in countryside. However, we have over 7 million people population. In order to house our population within the limited land resources, we built over 9,000 high-rise buildings. So you can imagine that how a sound and reliable vertical transportation is important to us. We have about 70,000 lifts in Hong Kong now, but 60% of them has been operated over 20 years. And even quite a portion of aged lifts have been served for over 15 years. This is the major problem we are facing now. For lift, there are 5 key stakeholders in it. In Hong Kong, of course, the Hong Kong government and the lift owner, or the management parties of the lift, we call it responsible person. Then, of course, we have lift contractor, lift engineer, and finally the lift worker. We have an ordinance called the Lift and Escalator Ordinance, Chapter 618, which have put in operation on 2012 to replace the previous ordinance, which have been used for over 60 years. EMSD is the enforcement parties. Our main duties are registration of the lift contractors, lift engineers, lift workers. Of course, equipment approval, risk-based audit inspections, drafting and implementing the COP, and finally the prosecution and disciplinary actions. For facilitating the lift modernization works, EMSD have published a guideline called Guideline for Modernization Existing Lifts, which have provide key information and possible solutions for the lift owner to implement, enhance, and modernize their existing lifts. 7 main application solutions has introduced in this guideline. The first 4 solutions have been most important, what they call is 4 essential safety devices. The first one is double braking system, UCMP, ACOP, and car door mechanical lock, and door safety edge. And the remaining 3 is optional safety device. The first one is intercom and CCTV system, or obstruction switch to protect suspension rope, and finally the automatic rescue device. This is the lift incident figure in the past 5 years. Although most of the incident was caused by passengers' misbehavior, you can see that. However, we found all serious incidents involve the aged lifts without 4 essential modern safety devices I mentioned before. The worst situation was in early 2018. There were 2 serious lift incidents involving UCM happened and caused several injury and even death to passengers in a very short time. To ease the worries of public, the government launched a series of measures to enhance the safety of aged lifts since 2018. For the first measures, is the short-term measures. The government put additional resources to our risk-based inspections. The inspection number increased from 11,000 in 2017 to about 29,000 in 2020. In the past, EMSD inspection mainly focused on the legal applications, such as new installation, major alternation applications, and some complaint handling, incident investigation. However, since 2018, we significantly increased the inspection of the maintenance works done by the workers. Another measure is requesting the contractor to step up their routine maintenance on brake system of aged lift, what we call special maintenance. For the aged lifts which do not have either double brake, UCMP, or ACOP, they have to carry out additional special maintenance twice per year. The main scope of special maintenance including disassembly maintenance of the machine brake, low-load brake test, checking the machine traction and carry out no-load traction tests, and finally checking the mechanical locks and electrical contacts of all landing doors of lifts. In Hong Kong, EMSD not only act as a regulator of lift safety, but we are the facilitator and promoter. We always talk with the aged lift owner in our daily works. We knew that owners commonly have worries on money, knowledge, and care when they consider the lift modernization works. Therefore, EMSD work with the Urban Renewable Authority, URA, who have a lot of experience on old building maintenance and redevelopment in Hong Kong. We together launched a 4.5 billion Hong Kong dollar scheme. It's called Lift Modernization Subsidy Scheme, LIMS. LIMS is a new initiative in Hong Kong with 5 core elements. The first one is called care-based, focus on the needy owners. LIMS focus on providing subsidies to the residential or composite building with relevant low average rateable value in Hong Kong. Second is safety-based. Priority is according to lift and his risk level, such as how many key safety devices they have missing, as well as the operation years. Then this resource base. Due to the limited public resources, the LIMS is only subsidized 60% of the cost of the modernization or replacement works, with maximum 500,000 Hong Kong dollars per lift. And this is also capacity based. We base on the industry capacity in Hong Kong to avoid the infecting market price and affect the works quality due to the additional lift modernization works. The LIMS would roll out in an order manner and modernize 8,000 lifts over 7 years, starting from 2019, batch by batch. Lastly, is the streamlined procedures. As URA now undertaking various subsidy schemes for building rehabilitation or fire service improvement works, we work with URA in delivering the LIMS could maximize the synergy effect in Hong Kong. Based on the 5 core elements, here comes what we provided to the owner in LIMS. Financial incentives to them for lift modernization. When needy owner decided to modernize their lifts for 4 essential safety devices, double brake, UCMP, ACOP, car door mechanical lock, door safety edge, or they would like to totally replace their lift, they could apply the limbs. Based on the risk level, they will prioritize their application in batches. When it comes to their turns, they will have free technical assist consulting service, and the engaged consultant will provide one-stop service for the owner on project planning, budgeting, tendering, project running, of course, finally, and commissioning and handover. Not only than that, for the building with single lift or with floor served by only one lift, LIMS also provide outreach social service for the needy users, such as elderly and disabled persons. We will have meat delivery, daily procurement, temporary accommodation service in order to minimize the impact during the downtime of lifts. 2 rounds of LIMS application were launched, and we have received more than 8,200 lift applications for LIMS. It truly shows that LIMS has correctly addressed the needs of lift owner. In the LIMS, other than I mentioned the service for the owners, we also care the lift trade and industry. To deal with the LIMS as well as the increase of lift modernization works, the trade capacity, of course, become one of the most important factors we have to consider. In order to attract more new blood for the lift trade, EMSD work with Construction Industry Council, CIC, who is the major training party of construction workers in Hong Kong. We conduct a scheme called Intermediate Tradesman Cooperative Training Scheme. Government not only provide allowance for the trainees, but also the trainer and the contractor, for further encouraging them to hire more new staff for our lift industry. We start to roll lift modernization via various means very early in 2011. When LIMS were introduced in 2018, we further enhanced and conduct a series of publicity activities. We try to deliver message with a layman tone. The proper safety guard of HLIFT is not personal protective equipment, but modernization. In addition to the television and radio announcement newspaper, this traditional means, we at EMSD delivered and participated in numerous building public briefing, seminar, owners meeting, district council meetings to talk to the needy owners face by face. Also, URA have created a designated web page and direct telephone hotline to handle the application and public query closely. The smart government concept let us have a more creative and innovative idea to upkeeping lift safety with technologies. EMSD launched a E&M Inno Portal, which is a platform for merging wish and solution. Government departments, corporate organizations, and trades put their wish in the portal. And startup company and university will also put up their solution in the portal for matching with each other. One of the successful matching between the I&T solution and wish item on the portal is development of digital logbook for lifts and escalators. In Hong Kong, this is a statutory requirement to keep and maintain a logbook for their lifts. There are approximately 26,000 paper logbooks in Hong Kong now. Development of common digital logbook have a lot of obvious advantage. It could replace the paper logbook. It will be accessible on both mobile device and desktop computer, adopting a newly designed user interface, offering user friendliness user-friendliness, and easy information access to responsible persons and trade personnel. It can also strengthen the government's modernization, monitoring, and regulating control. And finally, encouraging more compliance and enhancing work's quality. Finally, let me talk about our way forward for Hong Kong. For long term, EMSD is studying the feasibility of mandating measures for lift modernization. Our study are making reference to relevant experience in other jurisdictions. We found that financial subsidies and mandatory requirement of modernization are the keys to drive upgrading or replacement of aged lifts. Of course, we consult the public and legislator and continue to explore the possibility of adopting similar measures in Hong Kong. Thank you. This is the end of our sharing. Thank you very much.